In this video, you're going to learn the strategies of the 5 best ways that people are trying out there to actually make money with property. Some of these ways you might not have thought about, and these aren't particularly hard to get into. So pay attention to the end of the video. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. A little bit different today. I normally talk about crypto, but yes, my properties in background, and I would love to get you guys filled in. Let's go. All right, so number 1 is buy and hold. Very simple strategy. You buy a property and you just hold it for as long as you want. A lot of people say, oh, you got to have strategy. You got to do this right. You got to do that right, and everybody wants a massive bargain. But the thing is this, my experience in property is that when I deal with those really old clients, they've held their property for 30 years and nobody cares how much they bought it for, because whatever price they paid to purchase the property is much lower than what it is worth right now. So of course you're going to be making money on real estate, and there's no other investment that has been so consistent in the past. So definitely buy and hold is one of the easiest and probably one of the most profitable ways to make money with properties. But if you want to get there quicker, pay attention to the next 4 tips. Let's go. Number 2, it's short-term rentals or Airbnb. That's right. By doing a shorter-term rental, putting your property on Airbnb, you can actually get paid more for your property. But it does mean that you have to put a little bit more work into it. There's the logistics of checking people in and out of the property, but you can easily automate that with some simple processes involving some locks and detailed instructions to help guests check in and out. Nowadays, Airbnb, along with many other short-term rental platforms, offer very good insurance and very good user-friendly experiences that allows you to manage your Airbnb property without having to spend too much time and effort to look after them. So if you have a property and you want to be renting it out, do consider short-term rentals, because the returns on them could be 2 times or 3 times that of a traditional rental rate. So with that in mind, let's have a look at option number 3. If cash flow is your sticking point in real estate investment, then commercial property is tip number 3 that could work very well for you, because commercial properties, they return a lot more and higher amounts than your residential counterparts, and you have to deal with the tenants a lot less. There is a risk of having the property empty, but that's just all in your head. So as long as you adjust your expectations and you entertain your tenants as and when they become available, then commercial properties can be the way to go for you to actually return higher dollars per year than any other property class available at the moment. Another thing about commercial properties is that you might need a bigger down payment to actually purchase them than when it comes to purchasing a residential property, but investing in them and earning a passive income of about $50,000 to $60,000 a year is not particularly hard for somebody who has a reasonable income. And there's also increasing capital on that as well. So if you were to incorporate buy and hold strategy, which is strategy number 1, with commercial properties, then you will be in a very pretty position in the times to come. Always remember that it's not about how you time the market, but it's more about the time in the market. Option number 4 is house flipping. That's right. As long as you follow the adage, buy the worst house in the best street, then you can buy something pretty crappy. And the good thing about buying something crappy is that you basically get rid of all the emotional purchases. So all those crazy offers are not going to be in your competition. You just basically buy something that's pretty old, and what you do is you improve the properties inside. One of the dangers of buying this kind of property is that you don't know how much things cost to actually do the renovation. So best thing for you to do is take small steps at a time. Buy something that has a small amount of renovations to do. Make sure you do them. After you do 1 or 2, you get a good idea of how much things cost. After you do 1 or 2 of those properties, you'll get quite good at doing your house flips, and that can be a fantastic way to build equity, therefore allowing you to buy multiple properties after you do your first project. You might not need to do that every single time. And with that, let's have a look at option number 5. And that is obviously house hacking. What you do is you buy a property with multiple dwellings. So you can put multiple tenants in there. So let's say there is a group of units, there's 5 of those units in there. You basically fill in the tenants with the 4 other units and you live in the one that is empty. Then all the rentals that you collect on the other dwellings is something that could service your loan, and therefore you get to live for free. If you can't find a group of unit as large as 5, then what you can do is buy a duplex or triplex and basically rent out the other 1 or 2 dwellings so that they can service your loan, so that you can live for free or even at a profit positively geared. Overall, this is a very quick video on the 5 different ways that you can make money with property or real estate. If you're interested to find out more, drop a comment down below. I'm happy to go into further detail in each of those categories, and you'll be surprised how quickly you can accumulate wealth and cash by doing these methods. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't done so, make sure you go check out my socials, press the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you can stay updated with all the investment info out there so that you can build your overall wealth. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.